No, you can just keep it. It's
Yeah,
okay. You can
exactly.
I already
The
pressed.
outtakes, the bloopers. Keep the bloopers.
Keep it. The bloopers.
I'll
Okay. Likutei Moharan Torah Dalet. So we said that when we came back after 12 months, we saw that they cut from the bones of the fish beams to build the houses of all those cities and provinces that were ruined when he fell on them. We saw that they're cutting beams so they can build those cities that he destroyed. And this alludes to Kimachorei Kedusha, because behind the Kedusha, that what is the Kedusha? Shem Shnei Masar Shvatim. The Kedushas are presented by the 12 tribes. Behind the Kedusha, because through the Kedusha, which is 12 tribes, Shal Yadom Nisakon Malchus, that through the 12 tribes, the Malchus got rectified, with the regime they have, with the Tzalik, the whole. So when we went behind the 12, behind the Kedusha that fixes the Malchus, V'acherem or Tumah, because what is behind them is the Tumah. You have the 12 Shvatim that deal with the Malchus and elevate it and rectify it, v'chule, v'chule, v'chule. Ma'achorei Kedusha, behind the 12, is the Tumah. Because the Tumah always stands behind the Kedusha. And this is where it sucks. This is where it feeds. It feeds off the behind of the Kedusha. It's like the king has a feast. He has all the people that are standing eating by the king. And everybody feeds from the king. The waiters eating in the kitchen and the cooks eating in the kitchen. They're also eating from this. And not only this, but the poor people that are outside, that are picking from the leftovers. They're also eating the Suda of the king. And also the dogs that are picking the bones from the garbage are also eating the Suda of the king. Those that are eating in front of the king is called, they're fed B'chinas Ponim, from the front. Those that are, they're going, like in a roundabout way, it's called that they're feeding B'chinas Acharayim. They're feeding from behind. Now all those, there is behind. There's the kitchen. They make the Suda and they eat the Suda. This is B'chinas Klipas Noga. Everything which is afterwards, the poor people and this and the beggars and afterwards, outside this are all also eating from the Suda. And then later on, when it goes to the garbage, there's a Klipas at Meis. This is all B'chinas Acharayim. So the Tumah is always behind the Kedusha. This is where it feeds. Some people come out of the Kedusha. We just learned. He says, now the Tana says he came back to take a look at what happened to those that fell behind the 12 months of the year, the 12 Shvatim, behind the Kedusha. That they go out, from the totality of Am Yisrael. Through their bad deeds, they fall off. We saw that they were cutting their bones. And what it alludes to, through the bad deeds that are engraved on their bones, and the engravement is going from one side to the next. It's like cutting. It's like cutting through. But by the fact that this Jewish person, this b'tshuva, that he awakened, suddenly he's not a Jew. Why? Because a little sheretz came into his nose. Suddenly a tumor came into his nose, that in the middle of, you're already into Avodas Hashem and you're into it, and suddenly, there's a memory of something that you saw years ago. And it's like, whoa. You're like, what's,
Yeah.
I thought I left it,
What was it?
I left in the 5 towns. What is it doing over here? Let it come over here. What are you talking about? I left it in Argentina. I don't know. In Cuba I left it. I don't know where I left it. In Miami. I left it in Borough Park. I left it in Tel Aviv. I left it in Buenos Aires. I left it, I don't know. I left it in Kamchatka. I left it in Tokyo. In Brisbane. In Cape Town. In Antarctica.
And how it's falling.
In Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. Oh.
Checkmate.
Checkmate.
Beat that
You can't beat that one. The little Cheshas time come to his nostrils. Suddenly he feels this small tumor that confuses him. Al dei tshuva, but when a person is vada for the tzaddik, confesses for the tzaddik, and through this he elevates the malchus from the goyim. Goyim shegam elu harishonim, they also do tshuva. He's bringing about that these rishonim are also doing tshuva. V'nasu kisel hakdusha, and they become a throne, they become a basis upon which the kedusha is built. In other words, those that the very bones were cut, were sliced, by the Averis, they become the basis upon which the kedusha is built. And in other words, they took in order to build the cities that were destroyed. What's allude to this? They also help the Ovdei Hashem that they will build those towns. In other words, they help the Ovdei Hashem to build the Malchus, because when a person does tshuva, what he does, he pumps kedusha into the world. He elevates the kedusha in the entire world. The level of kedusha increases in the entire world. So that brings about a chain reaction that other people do tshuva also. And not only this, and since the tzaddik is elevating the malchus, and he bestows upon his talmidim, that confess before him from the light of Ein Sof, the light of so this light trickles down to everybody, to entire Klal Yisrael, that everybody will be zeichet to do tshuva and to elevate the malchus to the kedusha, to its root, and to know that the midas adin, it's all one. And now this Jew, before he was zeichet to come to the tzaddik, mistama, his midas were not so 100%. From all the midas that come out from the 4 elements, the 4 yesodis, and still, that didn't distract him. It didn't frighten him. The midas before, the midas were wrong before, but that didn't move me very much. I kept on learning, davening, everything was okay. I can live with that. It's like when a person lives with they say with Arafat, when he was speaking to Rabin, he told him he wants to get a pet goat.
Arafat wants to get a pet goat?
Pet goat, bring it to the house. He likes the goat. So Rabin told him, what are you talking about? It stinks. So Arafat said, it'll get used to it. The goat will get used to it. You get used to stink. You live in stink. You get used to it. It's the game. You live in stink and you get used to it. That's life. In other words, so the person his midas were not the way it's supposed to be beforehand. But still, it didn't move. It's okay. That's life. But when a person wanted to daven properly, he really wanted to push himself, and he couldn't because of these bilbulim. Now he was woken up to come to the tzaddik, and Mimele now that already brought about all these tremendous, fantastic levels of kedusha that he didn't think that he will ever be zeichet to them. he was able to rectify all the midos, which is in the four, from the counts from the four elements, and he was able to build the full structure of the malchus, and he was able to get included in the infinite life of Kodesh Baruch Hu through the tzaddik. In Ratzov Shav, you went there and you came back. That's why, when you're dealing with the Kedusha, when you're dealing with Hashem, you notice that sometimes you go with tremendous, wow, like things are so great and so wonderful. And certain times, you just don't get it. You don't get what the heck they're talking about. What is this? Whoa, wait. Come
I
again?
thought I had it good made.
And suddenly, I don't get it. I mean, the guys are talking, they're learning, and I don't get a word. I don't get a word. What happened? Because now you are disappearing into Ein Sof. With disappearing into Ein Sof, you lose self-consciousness, of the consciousness of the self. You get into the confusion, you don't understand anything, you fall asleep. Altogether, what happens is that you're an element Ein Sof, then you come back. This is a very live, dynamic process as you go along. And people go, oh, I can't believe this. I'm so worthless. I'm falling asleep in the middle of this year. And they don't get that they're talking. They're having such a good time. I don't understand what they're talking about. They get this, get that. What was me? You don't realize you're in the middle of fantastic processes going along. Savlanut. Right? That's what they say in Spanish. Savlanut. Paciencia.
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 The Spanish audience.
Until it was able to put on himself the slide of the unity of the one good eye. And the kindness he would know, Me'ein Olam Haba, to understand that everything that happens to him, through all this that a person brought to himself, he's also bringing a fantastic tikkun to the entire world. Until even the Rishonim that are standing behind the Kedusha, they become a throne for the Kedusha. They become a basis upon the Kedusha can be built. And they also help the Ovdei Hashem that they will build the Binyonei HaMalchus, the Kedusha. It's Hashem to be continued and concluded tomorrow.